Let's go ahead and get into that. Joey Bada, the ruler's back. So recently, Joey Bada took to the internet. He just uploaded the music video. He said the ruler's back, which is a reference to a Jay-Z song, I believe, off of The Blueprint.
The ruler's back is also it's a Slick Rick.
Oh, I could have sworn that was on the Jay-Z song.
Could have been, but it's Slick Rick.
Yeah.
He did the ruler.
Because
Slick
I
Rick
know
the
he
ruler.
did. Well, yeah. But I know. No, I'm saying Jay-Z, I think, has a song named exactly that.
The ruler's back. He probably did.
That's what I'm saying. And
But it's a Slick Rick thing.
Split Rick the Ruler. But he also has a reference to Jay-Z's 222s or
22 twos. Too much West Coast dick licking, and that's what got the dick lickers out there. The dick lickers came out. You know what I'm saying? They was like, hold up.
B, is this F. Kendrick?
Look, we're gonna have a conversation later on in the show, and him saying that was perfect because it let you know who really was up. Because if he would have never said that, you know what I mean?
Hey.
who they start thinking about? You know what I'm saying? Not the West Coast.
Hey.
Yeah, but anyways, I think it was a cool track. I liked it.
You know, last year I went through my whole Joey Bada.
And I told you to listen to
run.
2000. Remember? Yeah. Yeah.
And so I went through the whole thing. You know, we have a video of it on the channel, so make sure y'all go check that out to see my experience of actually revisiting all of Joey's projects, but also listening to some new stuff too as well that I have not listened to, which was really just 2000s. Overall, Joey is a rapper that he's never been a bad rapper.
Yeah.
He's always put out some really good music. The problem is his consistency.
Yeah.
That's what's always, like how Big Sean keeps saying that about himself. No, Joey really had that. But I will say that the one thing with Joey, at least, he changed his sound up. And I know I'm looking at this from back then because I was like, he kind of betrayed his sound, even though I still think he kind of did. But he did have to switch up his sound and sound more modern if he really wanted to excel. Because look at a song like Devastated, which was huge for Joey. But going into this track right here, the ruler's back. I don't want to say it like this. You're not the ruler. You're not the king of New York. He claims that. That's a bold statement. And I hate to say it like this. That means nothing in today's climate of New York hip hop.
It doesn't.
It means nothing.
No
Offense.
But,
offense taken. Yeah.
But like, do you feel like this was this project was more? I mean, this song was more of a like, yo, New York, let's stand up, let's come on, let's put our stamp back into the game, like in
So
the
kind of like a
forefront.
control verse?
And yeah, or was you thinking it was more shots at Kendrick?
I think this was a, yo, I'm back and I'm here to claim my throne. Like I've been missing, and I see. Look him. I see what's happening to the game. It's missing me. That's what he said.
Yeah.
He said, "Yo, I'm back. Like I just want y'all to know that I'm back. Like yeah, y'all had Jay-Z, y'all had Nas, but y'all got me now.
Yeah.
Like the king is back. I hate to say it like this. You weren't ever the king of New York. You were never the king of New York.
You know,
You were the prince, maybe.
yeah, maybe the Prince,
Maybe.
the runner-up, they'll be the Prince.
Yeah, that's true. But you was never the king.
But you know,
You had a lot of promise though.
do you think he was taking shots at Kendrick?
I don't think it
With
was.
bars like, "I'm out your reach, your arms too short to box for Elohim."
See, that could be metaphorical though.
Still reigning supreme.
Because ain't Joey tall too?
I guess he's like 6 foot or something.
He's taller than me. That's tall. But I think it's one of those things where it's like, I'm out of your reach. It's double entendre. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you could be short, but also I'm out of your reach
Then he
because
said,
of
"I
my
stand
status.
tall in this rap thing, like y'all mean."
Yeah, I just think it was one of those things where it's like, I'm going to show you guys my bravado. Like, I've been gone out the rap game too long. You guys ain't respecting New York enough. I'm going to show y'all why y'all don't respect New York and me. And while I've always respected Joey's music, you just ain't consistent enough. You ain't consistent enough to be the king of New York, nor do you have the actual pull musically to be the king of New York.
Yeah.
You don't have that discography. You don't have that mainstream appeal. Like, yeah, you might have that mainstream appeal, maybe acting wise, maybe amongst rappers acting wise, but you ain't got that, Joey. Like, Joey, I think you a great rapper. I think you're really good. You had something solid with 1999. Something solid with 2000s. I love it. You was cool with before. Well, I really love Before the Cash. I like that more than All American Bad A. But All American Bad A is not a bad album either. Even though you did throw away New York a bit. But hey,
Let's just be honest. That's it. So Joey, it's too late. When it comes to stuff like this, bro, you can't just be the king. You can't just, oh, I'm the king. You have to make your freaking. You got to stand on it before. Like, the only guys that ever can have this king of rap mentality right now is those 3 guys. It's Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole. Because they made their freaking, Like they stamped their history already in the game. They was more consistent than you. You
And
took a different direction.
Kendrick is
They
the
have-
only person that can avoid the consistency allegations.
and like he was more consistent than Joey Badass, and he was consistent. He just took off for 5 years that one. But I'm like, look at all the he was
But I'm
putting out
saying
albums.
in between those gaps, like, because you know a lot of artists can't take gaps in between years.
But I'm saying an artist like at they caliber, like a Kendrick, J. Cole, and Drake could take a 2 years off because they was already the next up. When they dropped their debuts and all that, they was
No,
okay.
well,
These
yeah,
are focused.
I agree they can.
But I'm saying Joey didn't have that. Joey has a dope mixtape that could be considered a classic, but he just
Classic
did,
amongst mixtapes or classic in that era?
I'm just mixtapes. I say mixtapes,
Okay.
and you know, because you gotta understand that you have to make your claim to be like, oh, this rap king, this king of New York. You have to made that before. You can't just come out boom out of nowhere and just say that because everybody gonna look at you like. Only why people care about this because too much dick licking on West Coast dick licking. This ain't that boom bap nigga. This that boom bow bing. Like that's some West Coast stuff. Like it's like little shots at Kendrick. But other than that, bro, if you take all that out, I swear, bro, I'm not even trying to be not mean anything. You wouldn't be trending at all. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
he has to make if he would have been more consistent, maybe put out more like commercial successful hits or albums, then you could be that king. I'm just coming by just thinking of like the mainstream. Like I don't know what you thinking about. You the king of New York or like you for the what he said. He's staying tall in this rap thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking you talking about rap, bro. It's over. It's not. It's no way. Who think of somebody later in their career that been around like because Joey's still young, but he's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Like
Since blogger.
but young kids like Kendrick and them could be his peers, but he was like 16, 17 years old because he's like finna be 30 this year. It's like it's no way I believe that you could consider yourself like a king or like oh yeah I'm this like bro you haven't been around you haven't been consistent.
Not
First of
gonna lie,
all,
because it's in the same age bracket in the same little year.
yeah.
Chief Keef could come out and say that, and I believe that over Joey.
That's what I'm saying because he has more, let's say, influence. He has more
Mainstream
hits,
success.
most mainstream success. You got to understand all this stuff goes into it, Joe. You can't be like, oh, I just rap better than you. I'm the king. It does.
Because if so, then Griselda
Like,
and all that movement would be
Let
king.
me say it has to be more to it. You have to have a mainstream appeal, which you actually don't because of that boom bap.
You only have one song that pierced through,
And it was
devastating.
And it wasn't that big. To be honest.
And also, it didn't even have the New York sound.
Nah, it was something different. It's like that New York sound we're gonna speak on, but like, nah, man, Joey. I
It's
thought the
too
track
late.
was dope. You know,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the track. I love the beat. I love you showing some character like the pictures and the dancing in the video and all this
Them
type
being
of
in the
stuff.
studio.
Yeah, so I enjoyed that. But I first feel like it was just the reach, with the West Coast dick licking line,
Do you
which
think
I
it was
heard he
clout
used.
chasey?
It kind of was because I was seeing people post like stuff he was trying to say in the beginning, like when he like posted his old Control like response verse, it's like earlier last year and like nobody cared and like
Come on, B.
it's like he's
wasn't
trying
hip.
to like let people know like yo come on, you know what I mean,
But it's one of those things because I remember because one of my favorite songs off of 2000. It's funny because he was like, "Yeah, it's me, Kenny and Cole,
oh,
whatever."
yeah.
It's like, no, it's Kenny, Cole, and Drake.
Yeah,
I'll
like,
say,
it's
don't
like, bro,
don't
like-
insert yourself in that conversation.
he's
dog.
not even next up. He wouldn't even be the next person like Joey.
I hate to say it like this, B. He's not even top 10 in our blog era.
No, Joey, you just have to understand your place in the culture right now, in the culture of like hip hop. You haven't been here.
Do you think he effed it up by going into his acting career?
It's not even. I think
I think that really deterred
it does.
If
Because
he
he
was on
wasn't
a
as
trajectory-
consistent. Like, hold up, can we look at his, like how his albums released? Hold up, let's look real quick. How many albums he put out? 3?
He has Before the Cash. He has
Drake.
All American Bada, 2000s. These are his official albums. Summer Nights was an EP. 1999 was EP and mixtape. 1999 was also a mixtape. Was it Rejects, Reflex? That was a mixtape. He only has about 3 albums.
And like I'm
And he
saying,
has the
like
Pro
20.
era-
I'm talking about
the
the
Pro
years.
era album.
Yeah, but what was the years?
Or Beast Coast album. Oh, they were completely separated. No, them albums was way spaced out. Because I remember in
Hang on, I'm looking
2000s, he was talking about him coming from acting or whatever.
Here you go, I got it. So, Before the Money, 2015.
Yes.
All American Badass, 2017. And then
Yes.
a 5-year gap, 2022. And like him taking a 5-year gap and not having that stamp of who he is in the game will hurt you. You needed another album at least 2 years after that, like to stay relevant. Because at this point, You're not a Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick got the success, all this, and then he drop five. He's big.
Also, his peer from that era, ASAP Rocky, from the same area,
It's also
They tried to do the same thing to a degree, except ASAP Rocky was way more successful because I feel like he didn't try and focus too much on ASAP Mob, but he also had a successor from ASAP Mob.
Yeah.
No offense, because RIP to Capital Steez. Would Capital Steez have been next up like an ASAP Ferg have been next up after Rocky?
maybe rapping wise, but I think Joey was like he was more of the guy. Even though I feel like Capital Steez was a better rapper, Joey still was like more.
No, but I'm saying would he have been the next up like a Ferg? Like what?
Yeah,
Capital
like
Steez
next
have
up into the
followed,
pro era,
like,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
oh yeah, like while my guy isn't here, I'm here.
Yeah.
And then when he comes back, I take a back seat.
Yeah.
I think the thing with this is that two people from New York, both from the same era, were both doing similar things in terms of like doing their own thing, kind of having a resurgence of an older sound, bringing it in with their own movement. Except ASAP Rocky was just
He
had
wasn't
way
New
more
York.
commercial success.
And he wasn't just New York. He didn't have a whole New York sound.
Yeah.
Like he influenced
That's
a
what
lot
I'm saying.
from the South.
That's what I'm
and all
saying.
this,
They
yeah.
both brought an older sound.
Yeah.
It was just that ASAP Rocky was just way more like commercially successful and appealing with that.
Yeah.
He had the Drake feature. He had the Kendrick feature. He had the 2 Chainz feature. He had a really good debut album. While Joey's debut album was good, it didn't hit any of the successes or mainstream appeal that Long Live or was
Yeah, Long Live ASAP. And then at long last, ASAP was a better album. Probably not more successful as the first one with singles, but it was a better. And then Testing came out was the one that was like, people don't like us. It's the one in the middle. But it still pushed some type of boundaries.
Yeah, especially for him.
And like with Rocky, like he stayed, he haven't put out an album in a while.
But he was doing a lot of stuff with ASAP Mob
Yeah,
though too.
he haven't put
and
out
it was
al-
in our face kind of.
Yeah, and he's still like, he does his
Playboy Cardi also.
Yeah, he was doing that, pushing like some people on his label. And it's like he was more in our face, kinda in a way. And right now, he supposed to be putting out Don't Be Done last year, but he didn't. But like I just feel like ASAP Rocky have a better case as being like a king of New York before Joey Bada.
I know. That's what I've been doing. I've been naming people that
you know
have
what
a
I'm
better
saying?
case. That's why I said Joey isn't even top 10 out of blog era.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like success, achievements, like who they are, status coming out of the blog era, it's Drake, Kendrick, Cole, I guess you could say in that order. Then you got Wiz Khalifa, Big Sean. Those are just the top 5 that's off the top of my head right now.
got
You're
Wale.
not in that next 5. You're not in that next 5. Like, can I say you in that 20? The top 20? Yeah, but that's not really
maybe
saying
top
much.
15.
Okay.
But not
But that's not really a good thing when I'm like, okay, top 5.
I'm just
top
saying
10.
he's been out here. He's been around for 15 years, bro.
I hate
and
to say
he-
it like this. An Up Next has an expiration date.
Yeah. He's been out for 15 years and we only got 3 albums from him. Oh, excuse me.
Joey, no offense, get done. Get done in terms of like you could be the king of New York. No. Fabulous could come back and he'll be the king of New York before you can. I'm sorry, no offense, but it's like Joey. I respect you coming back and saying, yo, the ruler's back. The West Coast thing, I get it. You want to throw shots because everybody glazing the West Coast, even though everybody should really just be glazing Kendrick and Tyler, even though Tyler really don't claim the West Coast like that. But
It's not like he
besides
don't
that,
claim it. It's just he don't have that
He
traditional
don't
West
claim the West Coast sound.
Coast. Yeah, he
Like,
don't.
He doesn't claim.
He
it.
has his own sound and he
Yeah.
grabs from way other,
Yeah,
Pharrell.
he's way more varied. Sound
Yeah, he's
wise.
way more.
Sound
That's what I'm
wise.
saying. He's not regional.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that later. But yeah, Joey, no, you're up next expiration. It's done. You're like a loaf of bread now. That's past expiration date.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you could be good depending on how you reuse that. But yeah, no. Your up next is gone. Sorry, but you do have a good discography though.
Man, shout out to Beyond Beats and Culture.